I'm sorry, guys. The way we're starting this off, this is nonchalant. Why am I angled right? I don't care about the angles, no matter what the glare. All right, this. I don't like curse word. Damn, we got to cut all this out because I just cut it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, the way we're starting this is I'm currently watching the Knicks and Heat Game 4. Miami leads 2-1. They're looking like they're gonna lead 3-1, which is gonna make me go insane. They're down by 9 right now. It's 98-89, 5.5 minutes left. Heat's at the free throw line, so it's probably gonna be more than 9. And these dudes are all in foul trouble on the Knicks. And we're supposed to have orange and blue skies. we're supposed to be loving it, loving life. The sun's orange, the sky's blue, as long as there's no stupid clouds. Even though I don't know why I said that. Middle name's Cloud, so that's weird. I like them. I do. But, it's supposed to be orange and blue skies, no clouds. Nice, beautiful weather.
Right.
Every time Miami wins, rains.
What an introduction to our first episode of the podcast. Welcome to the Sports Bolt, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
So this is basically a sports podcast where me and my buddy Storm, actually this whole thing is completely his idea. He's been having this idea for a long time, and now it's coming to fruition now. Basically we're going to be talking about anything and everything sports related, mostly somewhat New York related sports, because that's what we are fans of. So we're talking about, as he said, the Knicks. We're talking about like Giants, Bills, the Jets, and of course the Mets and the Yankees, and somewhat. And it's a pretty interesting dynamic we have here. Storm is a full-on basketball guy. I'm a full-on baseball guy, and we're both a little bit somewhat football guys.
I've got a lot more football in the last 2 years, I will say that. I almost consider myself a football guy now. My phone case.
Oh shit, Josh did. Oh yeah, so
yeah. Storm, you know what I like about it? You're probably gonna cut this out or don't.
Yeah.
You notice how there's this space right here?
Yeah.
If you got like a girl over or something, and she's like, I don't know if it's big enough, right? Or you're gonna do the big reveal, you just put it on top of the phone, and that's my joke. I always do with the phone case.
Yep. So we've been making videos together for, what is this, 2023? So we've been making videos together for 7 years. Which is actually kind of nuts if you think about it. We've been making videos with each other since 8th grade, and we're almost 21 years old now, both of us.
Hey, I'm real soon.
Yeah, he's really soon. As of recording, he's about like what is it?
Less than 20 days.
Yes, less than 20 days. Like I think it's 18 days if I'm right.
Yeah, it is.
So this is what we're doing now. So let's get right into it.
I'm going to step in real quick, and I'm going to thank you, because I know you wanted me to do the intro and like actually explain it because it was my idea. You stepped in because I had to go on that New York rant. It happens. He knows it. All New York fans know it. We are spoiled as fans. Don't get me wrong, we are. 27 World Series championships. And then the other team, whatever.
The other team.
I respect them and I like them. I support them too. Different divisions, I got this rule, this golden rule. I'll just say it early, even though we're probably going to go over it again at some point in the podcast. I always believe you can support 2 teams.
Yeah,
guaranteed support.
I've always been the same way too.
Each division. You got the American division in most sports, and then you got the national division in most sports.
Right.
The Yankees, different divisions. So I believe you can support both. Just like in football, I support the Bills and the Eagles. NFC, AFC. I believe that's fair. Although, of course, we're Americans. I'm sure if you're from the Netherlands or any other place foreign, you're like, you support multiple. That's an American thing. And you're like burning crosses and jumping on bleachers and, all that crazy crap.
The pitchforks, yep.
I get it. And I respect it. I'm glad you're loyal. We're loyal, too. I'm just loyal to multiple things, Like, I love my mother and I love my sisters.
Exactly.
I like all the family members, too. I'm just not mentioning them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But, anyways, like I was going to say, New York fans, we got to rant. Even though we're spoiled, we have to. Because we're used to success. Well, some of us, like I said earlier. But, so, he came in. He clutched it out when I completely didn't even mention the podcast or nothing. We just started out with the podcast conversation. And then he introduced it. So I appreciate that.
Exactly. Yep. All right. So, like we said, we're mostly New York fans. Actually, with football, for me, I don't support any New York football team. I do not. I never have. I never supported the Giants. I never supported the Jets. Bills, I'm somewhat meh on. I don't hate them, but I'm not so enthusiastic about them either. Me personally, I'm a Tennessee Titan fan, which is a very odd team to be a fan of, but it's shit. I mean, when you beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, I'm gonna like you immediately. So,
That's
or
right.
not in the Super Bowl, but playoffs. But
Playoffs, yeah.
um, and
Also,
also
Derrick Henry.
yes, exactly. And I used to be a Cowboys fan, but not anymore, thank God. And so anyway, and speaking of New York teams, our team, the New York Yankees, won today against the Oakland A's just
Really?
now, 7-2. Yep. They
Right.
just finished the game just now. Actually, I watched a little bit of it. I was getting a little bit nervous because Cabrera hit a 2-run homer, and then Oakland got 2 runs after that. So I'm just like, okay, that's nuts. But then fucking Big Daddy DJ LeMayu had to put it on the board, and Hicks actually,
Yeah, that's right.
uh,
Big boy.
Hicks as it well. This podcast might be up later than the day is. Well, I'll say for the record, today is May 8th, so that's what we're going off right now. So yes, interesting thing. Judge will be most likely be back in the lineup back tomorrow, and this could possibly mean, I don't know if you know this, the end of Aaron Hicks' time in New York, because if when he comes back, they could either send down Peraza or B DFA Hicks.
Yep. See, I know this because I don't know if you know this, but I support Aaron Hicks full heartedly, even though he's been dog shit.
I don't. I fully don't.
I got bleeped that, but yeah, I support him because we're brothers in a sense.
Oh,
We're in the same
I get
family, so I've always supported him.
this fucking guy.
But I mean, for real though, I don't support him in his antics that he kills us with. But I've always had his back. Plus, I also look at it this way: we got to witness him hit his 100th home run. That's a rare thing. We don't go to many games.
We
really
did, didn't we?
100, yeah. Judge
Oh
was
my!
supposed to get the record, but whatever. We watched Aaron Hicks.
Oh yeah, that's right. So
I'll never forget that. Even though
me, him, and a bunch of our other of our boys went to Yankees Red Sox game. Actually, we should talk about that game, like the ending of that game, at the ending of that game in this episode too. But this was during Aaron Judge's. I think he was either at 60 or 61. I'm pretty sure he was at. Yeah, he was at 60.
He was going to tie the record and then potentially break it. Yeah.
And I've always said, and I said too, the wrong Aaron got the home run that day.
That's right.
The wrong Aaron. And I think you might have missed it. Garrett Cole got ejected in that game.
Yeah. I missed it. I was getting food.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you and Aiden and Dylan. You guys went to get food, and Liam was with you too, right?
Nah, you and Liam were watching it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We went over to Chicky or Famous Chicken. I forget Chicky something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And Garrett Cole just gave up a 3-run homer, which tied the game up, which was somewhat the umpire's fault because he called a strike that was a ball or something like that before that pitch. And then when Garrett Cole left the game, he was screaming at the umpire, and then he got ejected out of the game.
Yeah, meanwhile,
we stayed the entire game because it was like a nail biter, and we won 5-4 that game.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the first game we ever actually stayed fully at as a group. We always leave early.
No, we've always
we stayed in the stadium, but we leave the seats.
Right. Yes, we watch it from somewhere else so we can get to the train early.
The fights. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The end.
We almost witnessed some murders.
Oh my god! I understand why now we leave. We leave our seats.
So y'all let us go to more games.
we understand now why we leave so early, because people could have just been because it was a Yankees Red Sox game or something else. Because I've never seen anything like it. we were leaving the stadium and we're in the train station. No one was moving. Everything was packed. Everyone was shouting, screaming at each other, pushing and shoving. In fact, it was my aunt's birthday as well that day. And we were walking down the stairs to the train station, and some woman was walking up and pushed her out of the way. And I nearly swung at her, but I looked at that I looked and I'm like you better keep fucking walking, because because I knew Riss was gonna start swinging if I didn't hold her back. Like, I don't know if you saw it, but like immediately after she pushed, I held I
No, I didn't see nothing, and sorry to interrupt you, but I'm gonna give a big thank you and a shout out to Dylan's backpack, whatever backpack it is. Put that backpack in the Hall of Fame. Without his backpack and his strap that I was holding on to for dear life, I probably wouldn't have made that train.
oh my
I was
god,
holding the
really?
top part of his backpack,
Yeah,
and
you
I
were
was like,
behind us, right?
yeah. And I couldn't see anything because Dylan's a little bit taller than me now, which I didn't know he grew. Congrats to him, I guess. But, mainly his backpack. His backpack needs, like, Hall of Fame treatment. Derek Jeter, Babe Ruth, like, that backpack saved my life.
It needs a retired number.
That backpack saved my life.
It belongs in Monument Park.
And then all of a sudden I get on the train. You're fuming. I'm like, no, we get down by the train level. You're fuming.
Yeah.
I'm like, you good? And then you're
No.
like, nah, we almost beat this woman. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I looked at you. I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, this is awful. Like,
Yeah, no.
oh my god. Speaking of awful, the Mets, they didn't do so good in the series against the Rockies. We're talking about.
Yeah, they got dogged.
We're talking yesterday. They lost 13-6
Yeah, I was
against
gonna say
Colorado,
11.
and it wasn't even in Coors Field, which I would understand because the elevation there is so high that the balls just fly and whatnot.
Yeah.
This was City Field that they lost in.
Yep.
So I don't, and then they got swept by the Tigers.
Yeah,
I can't even believe,
that was crazy.
I can't even believe I'm saying that. The Mets got swept by the Tigers. The Detroit Tigers swept the Mets, and we're talking about a pitching staff with Scherzer, Verlander. Is there anyone else?
I will make a shout out to the new guy they picked up out of either the middle leagues, the little league, like AAA, or just out of rookie training or whatever.
Yeah. Are you pounding on something right now?
Senga, am I what?
Are you pounding on something right now?
Oh yeah, I was hitting my desk.
Oh yeah, that's what I was like. What the
My
fuck?
bad. So
No, you're good.
I will give a shout out to Senga. He's a new guy they picked up from the little leagues or training or whatever. He's been pretty nice. I think he's tied right now 2-2 for his record. His first starts were incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Mets do have him too. I picked him up and then I dropped him. And this was a great segue into another wonderful rant by me.
There you go. Let's
We
hear
have
it.
a fantasy baseball league. Sorry, I've played in all fantasy leagues this year. A fantasy baseball league. He's in it. I'm in it. Our buddy Steven. And then some random guy named Dogface. Our fantasy league name's kind of funny. We're the ball suckers.
Yep.
But yeah, so I was undefeated 3 straight weeks. So there's 4 opponents, so you verse 3 of them, right? Because you're the 4th. I beat every team in the league. 4th week comes around, I verse, none other than the second host of this. Yeah. And I get dogged. Because I drop Senga because Verlander's coming back from an injury, and Max Scherzer's coming off of his 10-day injury. I meant suspension. From, rosin and sweat.
Yeah.
So, Scherzer comes back right before Verlander. I'm pretty sure that's how it happened. He decides to give up 7 runs. Right? Yeah. Yep. So I get dogged. My error and my whip percentage are awful. And so he's beating me in pitching beyond belief. And then Verlander comes back. So I'm like, oh, I can't play him unless I drop someone. So since I picked up Senga, I dropped Senga. I almost want to root for the guy. Root for Senga, Hopefully he is better than Verlander. Because, Verlander was an Astro. And you know what we Yankee fans feel about the Astros. Yeah. So,
I hate them more than I hate the Red Sox at this point.
Same.
Like
Yeah,
I think the Yankees Astros rivalry is bigger than the Yankees Red Sox rivalry now. I'm talking
now
about
it
now.
definitely is. Yeah,
But if you're talking about history, then yeah, Yankees Red Sox is the biggest rivalry in sports. Period.
yeah.
But if we're talking like now, then yes, the Yankees Astros is definitely bigger than Yankees Red Sox right now. Yeah.
I agree. I agree. Update
So
on the Knicks game.
I was gonna say let's segue because we've been talking baseball this entire time. Now let's move on to Storm's more expertise basketball. So what do we got?
Update. Well, if they would stop showing, Jalen Brunson actually has 32 points. You know what? I appreciate that. If I know Julius Randle's stats and he doesn't have stats tonight, we're going to New York and we're going to find somebody. We're going to beat him up and teach him a lesson. It's 108-101. Miami leads. There's 29 and a half seconds left. It looks like Miami, like I said, is going to go up 3-1. And do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? We're basically done for. We had to win 3 straight games and not lose to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. And the Knicks, they were gifted everything. And perfect segue to go into basketball. I'm actually going to introduce you into this topic. Not to, be this guy, but how about your team? I don't know if you kept up or anything, but how about your team?
Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I saw that it wasn't. They didn't get swept, did they?
No, it was a gentleman's sweep though.
It was like 3-1,
4-1.
4-1.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
as the
saw
one seed.
because Giannis wasn't
Yeah, he
playing
was
at
out
all.
for 2.5 games. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I couldn't believe it. By the eighth
Who
seed,
who
by the way. You know,
who eliminated them?
Miami Heat.
Oh yeah, Miami. Okay.
This is what I mean by the Knicks got gifted. We would have had to verse the number one seed Bucks. Who's
Yeah.
stopping Giannis on the Knicks? I tell you right now, nobody.
Right.
Nobody. I mean, I don't even know how we're losing to Miami. Not that they don't have Jimmy Butler. I call him Himothy because he is. But I don't get it because Tyler Hero's injured. Kyle Lowry's coming off his knee. Butler's got a sprained ankle right now. My man Julius Randle, he's going through some injuries, but he's playing through them. But he's just not showing up. You can't be shooting 3 from 95 on the field. You can't. I mean that's disrespectful.
Right.
Like why are you in the orange and blue if you can't? You're supposed to be the left-handed LeBron. What are you doing? That's his nickname.
Left-handed LeBron.
Yeah, that's his nickname. But like, what is he doing? Jalen Brunson's carrying, and we just keep losing close games too. I mean, literally 11.1 seconds left. It's 109-101. We really lost by 8. We couldn't have just made more free throws, made 2 more threes or 3. You know what I mean? Like it's the little things. If Julius Randle just shot, instead of 23%, he shot, 30, 38.
Yep.
That's like 2-3 more shots. We win games, or we're at least in it. We're not in it, but realistically, we're not.
Right.
Especially down 3-1. You know how hard it is to come back from 3-1. Only person to do it is LeBron. But anyways, big shout out to Miami. No disrespect to Miami. I personally love this Miami team. I love Jimmy Butler. He gives it his all in the playoffs and in the regular season. Nobody just notices him in the regular season. But yeah, they are the first playing team to actually win a series. I don't know if you know what the playing games are, but there's this new thing that they implemented. Instead of just having all of the 1 through 8 seeds going to the playoffs, they do this
Oh
thing.
they played each other and then
Yeah, they do that thing where they have the 6 seed through the 10 seed play each other to actually get in for the 7th and 8th seeds.
Right.
Miami
Yeah. I
should have beat the Hawks. I'm just going to put that out there, especially what they just did to the Knicks right now, down 3-1, and what they did to the Bucks. There's no reason they shouldn't have beat the Hawks to have the 7th seed versus the Celtics. But whatever. Worked out in their favor better anyways because Giannis got injured.
Right.
But, yeah. Miami's been pretty good, and honestly, I can see them going to the finals. Although, I don't see them beating Philly.
76ers?
Yeah, not a chance. And I feel like Philly's
what's
coming
that series on right now?
That's tied 2-2. Last night's game was actually crazy. I'll talk about that. Philly, Boston. It's 115-114. No, 115-113. Yeah. James Harden hits a 3 from the corner, right? Bang. It's 115-116. There's a few seconds left, right? One possession. Celtics don't call a timeout. They go down the court. They have Tatum drive in. They get a couple guys open. I thought they should have kicked it to Jaylen Brown at the top of the key. I think that was him at the top of the key. They instead, because he probably didn't see him, kick it over to Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart has to put that thing up and bang it. He makes it, but he shoots it after the buzzer. So Philly wins, ties the series. What a game ending. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was nuts. Also, go Philly, because not just because of the Eagles. I've talked about Philly as a basketball fan for the last 7 years, ever since they pretty much had Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons, you man are something else. I will.
I think I said to my boss, we were talking about basketball like the beginning of the year, and I think I said to him one of the picks I would have in the finals would be the 76ers.
Yeah, I've always talked about them. I think they're a great team. When they had Jimmy Butler, who's on the Heat now, they should have went to the finals. Kawhi Leonard hit that unbelievable shot. But so Philly, good luck. James Harden's going crazy right now, and I wish him the best. Finally, get a ring because I think he does go back to Houston if they don't win, or even if they do, because Houston's probably going to get the number 1 pick, which is the massive 6'7" Victor Wembanyama. Who's stopping him? He's skinny too. He's not like Shaq where he gained weight over time. He might.
Right.
He's real skinny and he's real nice. His head probably hits the backboard. Like, he's a dog. And then if they get James Harden and they got all those rookies because they've been ever since he left, I mean, number 1 pick and you get James Harden back, that's almost a championship team.
But let's segue into your team, or mainly your guy, I would say. Me personally, I don't like him.
Yeah, you don't like him at all.
I don't like this guy, but you want to tell them who your player is?
Still the greatest player in basketball history as of our era. I know this is making him fuming, but it's true. LeBron James. And guess what? Hate to tell you, they're winning it all this year. I've been sticking through them when we had a 0.3% chance to make the playoffs, and I was watching games. We had Russell Westbrook, which, by the way, all love that dude. I was one of the only ones who wasn't just dogging him for losses and turnovers and everything. Don't get me wrong, he was very inefficient. He was bricking everything. He was getting turnovers. But I'm a big Westbrook fan. You know, part of the reason why I love LeBron so much is because he beat the 73-9 Warriors, which I loved him way before. But this cemented it, You can't leave him now. He beat them, the greatest regular season team of all time, in the finals after being down 3-1, after the Warriors were down 3-1 to Kevin Durant, and they came back and won. And then Kevin Durant's cupcake self joined the Warriors, who were the greatest team of all time, just couldn't get it done. And then LeBron still made it to the finals against them, even though he lost all of them. And I am scared, very scared, if the Suns come out of the West to verse the Lakers, because I'm going to tell you right now, Lakers in 5. I'll say Lakers in 6 potentially versus the Warriors, but, we're going up 3-1 tonight. As of, a few minutes from now, the game starts. We're going up 3-1 tonight. We haven't lost the game at home yet, and guess where we're playing? We're at home, and we're up 2-1 already. And the Warriors, they're not stopping Anthony Davis. He's going to show up. He's going to give us some points, or I'm going to break something, That's how it's going to be. And it's not going to be hard to break something because he's always injury prone. So, I flick him, and he's probably got a broken ankle. He's tripped over air himself before and hurt himself. So, all love, all respect to him, but, he's fragile.
There we go. Is that one of your cats meowing?
Yeah, that's Toodles.
God.
Sweetie baby.
Now, you were mentioning Philly beforehand, which we can segue now into football. The NFL draft just happened.
Did Philly won the draft.
Did they really?
Trust me, we won the draft. I'll say this. You don't know a lot about Philly, maybe. You might. I don't know. Because you were a Cowboys fan and we were division rivals.
Yeah.
But I'm going to put you like this. Philly's known for their defensive.
Yeah.
Right? And that they're known for building up defensive guys.
Right. It was definitely evident in the Super Bowl, definitely.
Yeah, and the whole season for that matter.
Yeah.
We traded up 1 pick from our pick only to solidify it because we were in utter shock that this guy was still available. Defensive tackle, I think his name's Javon Carter. He should have went like pick number 4, and we got him for pick number 10, I believe.
Damn.
Yeah. And the best part is he's a big boy. And you know what we like as defensive linemen and defensive tackles, linebackers? We like big boys. You've seen Fletcher Cox. That man weighs like 400 pounds.
Yeah.
We love them big boys.
I have to remember who the fucking the Titans picked. I had to remember what they picked. So Peter Skronkowski or Skronoski, whatever the hell his name is. And I also know that we got a quarterback from
Yep.
Kentucky.
I'm very happy for
Will
that.
Will Levis, whatever the hell.
Yep. I prayed for that moment for you. I really did.
Yeah,
I
because
have told you this for years.
yeah, because
Ryan Tannehill is the problem.
yes,
He's a great quarterback, but he isn't clutch.
Right. Especially when we lose 7 games in a row at the end of the season to get us out of the playoffs. Yeah, that was tough.
I can believe that.
Yeah.
You guys are destined to be, a top 3 seed.
Yep. We got what the hell? How do you pronounce his name? Oh God. TJ. It's Tyjae.
CYJAE.
No, Ty. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like
Yeah, whoa.
he's a running back. We got Josh Weil as the tight end. And we got Jalen Duncan, an offensive lineman, and Colton Dowell as a wide receiver. Round 7, number 228. Holy Jesus
You
Christ!
guys are gonna have a solid growth. I don't think.
I feel like we're in a rebuild period right now.
Which
That's
is good.
where we're at.
Let's say you guys are gonna have a solid 5 years where you guys build up, maybe less.
Right.
It depends. Personally, if I'm your team, I'm really heartbroken on this. I'm 50-50 about whether we get rid of Derrick Henry or not. If I'm your GM,
Yeah.
he gives you a lot of value, and you're in a rebuild stage. Don't get me wrong, great running back. He should be a Titan for life if he wants to be.
Right.
And it's for the best decision, but running backs today, they're amazing. No matter if they're the second string, third string, first string, you pick a running back out of the draft. Next thing you know, he's one of the top 10 running backs in the league. I mean, look at the Eagles last year. We ran 3 different running backs, and they were all great. Look at the Bills. They had random guys you didn't even know.
Exactly, yeah.
And, they're great. Devin Singletary, he's not even on the team anymore. But you like that. He's on a different team. I think he's on the Texans now.
Did you see that the Bills stadium is now under construction?
Yep.
Like they're starting to work on it.
I'm very hyped. Have you seen the pictures? It's incredible.
Yes, I have. Yes, I like the fact that it's like. Does it have a retractable roof, or is that?
I'm not sure if it does. They didn't mention that in the pictures or not.
It should. Because if it's up north like that, then I think it should. So
I agree and disagree because of my experience in Buffalo, and everybody in Buffalo will tell you this. It might just be a closed roof entirely because it is always windy in Buffalo. It doesn't matter if it's August, the hottest day of the year. It is so windy because you're right by all the lakes.
Right. You're almost in Canada, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
My God.
The open roof concept, I hope it is because it would be nice. But also the time period of when we play, I just don't know if they really would. If it costs extra, I don't think they'd really buy it or not.
Right.
And you don't know because the stadium. I mean, talking about $4 billion.
Right.
Wow.
Right. And speaking of, I always keep saying it as you keep swinging. Speaking of this, speaking of that, speaking of switching to new stadiums, Oakland, they're talking. Yeah, I don't know if it's 100% confirmed, but I mean, if it's possibly the best move that they could do right now, because
I agree.
If we're talking about
Oakland, but I agree.
We're talking of poverty. That's it right there. No offense to any Oakland fans, but you see your team is performing right now. Like I will pull up right now their record right now. Let's see. Where's
I'm
Oakland?
gonna
There they
guess.
are.
Can I guess?
Yes.
You should guess too before you pull it up, unless you see it already.
I saw it earlier today, and
Oh,
I know it's going to be worse.
my guess is 11 and like 27. I don't know if we're that far into the season.
I will say that we are 30. What is that?
Okay, I'm a little off.
30. We're 36, 35, 36 games in the season.
All right, so I'm
Let's
gonna
say
go.
36.
I'm just gonna go. They have 11 wins and the rest are losses.
Mate, they don't even have double-digit wins yet. They're 8-28.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would have thought they'd beat the dog crap, New York teams right now.
Guess who's ahead? Guess who's in fourth place right now? I want you to guess who's in fourth.
Fourth, like in the entire league, or just in divisions?
Their division, AL West.
Who's in that division?
So Oakland, Rangers, Angels, Seattle, and Houston.
I'm gonna go with the Angels in fourth.
Houston's in fourth.
Whoa.
They're 17-17.
I just figured I'd go for a wild card and say
They have a worse record than us, believe it or not. And LA and the Angels are
Wait. You said the Houston Astros have a worse record than New York Yankees.
Yes.
But yet they're not in the top 10 and the Astros are? For power?
Yeah. In fact, the Angels are beating them right now, 1-0 right now. It's the
I guarantee the Angels win that game.
Speaking of the Angels, Shohei Ohtani is entering free agency.
Can't wait.
After this season's done. My prediction is can I give my prediction right quick?
Yeah.
So I've heard talks about like him being worth $500 million. I saw an article actually the other day saying that he's worth $600 million. That's complete bullshit. I don't think he is. That's too much money. If the Angels do not go into the postseason this year, or if they make it to the postseason and get eliminated in the first round, he's gone.
Yep,
he's gone.
Gonna say
he's leaving. I'm already calling it right now. I don't think the Angels, even though they're having a good start, they're not going to hold on to it.
No,
because the problem with the Angels all the time is number one, injuries, because Mike Trout has always been injury prone for his whole career. He's always been like that.
Yep.
And two, pitching. They have literally the definition of a mid pitching staff. That is the Angels.
Yep.
So I'm calling it right now. Shohei Ohtani is leaving the Angels. Where do you think he's going to go?
I completely agree. I am still leaving the Angels in questioning for two reasons. A, the potential that they do actually make it past the first round, because there is an odd chance, and that is a ruling that he'll probably stay. But B, they can pay him the most because he's only been on that team. However, I was almost going to sit here and guarantee that he becomes on one of the New York teams.
I will agree. With that.
I'm feeling it's more so the Yankees than the Mets.
I'm split 50-50 with the Mets and Yankees.
The reason I'm slighting towards the Yankees is because the Mets have already had a bunch of pitching, like switch-ups, as in now they got Verlander. Yeah. Max Scherzer's there. He's on and off. He's probably gone after the season. I'd hate to... The way he has come back after his, 10-day suspension, and the fact that he even got a 10-day suspension, which was, to me, nonsense.
Well, to be fair, this was one game that he...
I know, but, I'm butthurt. Yeah. I lost to you. I was number one in the league. He had no wins yet. It was my first loss, his first win, so I'm very butthurt. But also, I just don't think he's going to be that good anymore. Isn't he like 35 now?
27? Who? Max?
Yeah.
Dude, he's like almost 40. He's like...
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He's like 38, 39.
Yeah, like he's
I think he's around Verlander's age.
That's what I mean. So I could see the Mets getting him if they're both out. I think
But Shohei has always said that he always loves playing in the Bronx. Like every time
I
he's
know
been there, that's what
that's also my pushing edge.
he's always said that he likes playing in the Bronx. So
I'm
I've
excited.
always I heard a lot of things him saying he's going to Boston, but I just don't see him playing in Boston.
I don't. If he plays in Boston, that's going to be gross to me. But anybody playing
I
in Boston is
I
gross.
just don't think they're willing to with the manager that they have or the GM that they got, who's surprisingly worse than Brian Cashman. Um, I just don't think they're willing to pay the money
I
to
don't think.
have him on their team.
And also, their roster to me just doesn't really fit him anywhere in the lineup.
Right.
Because Ronald Acuna Jr., he's the number one player in fantasy, by the way, arguably in the league right now. He's just a monster.
Yeah.
He is on the Red Sox, right? He's not on the
No,
Braves.
he don't. You know, he's on the Ronald Acuna is on the Braves, bud.
Oh, okay. My bad. My
Yep.
bad. Who's the Red Sox dude? Rafael?
Rafael Devers.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
third baseman.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
Rafael.
messed up there a little bit. It happens. There's too many play. I mean, how many players in the MLB?
Well,
Over 500, right?
if you're doing like 40-man roster times
30, 32.
32, then that's
Yeah.
like it's around
Yeah, okay. But yeah, he's still I don't feel he fits anywhere in that lineup of batting wise.
right.
I feel like every time he comes up, the bases are going to be empty.
Yep.
And then the other thing too is their pitching's crap, so he's just leaving the Angels to go to the same situation.
Exactly. He wants to go. I've heard that he wants to go to uh a
Like
championship team. Yeah.
yeah.
And the Angels haven't been in the postseason since like 2011, 2012.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I like I said, I think he leaves. So to where it's a complete mystery. I mean, we're still in May, so we have no idea.
That's true. Yankees could. I don't want this to happen, but we could end at like the bottom of the standings. So
Don't
Mets, and then at that point, he's not gonna. I'm not saying we
don't.
will, but
I,
how it's looking right now, it's looking like New York needs to start a fire.
well, you gotta remember too. We are in the toughest division in the
Yeah.
entire league. The AL East is completely stacked. If believe it or not, like Baltimore is in second in our
Oh,
division
no,
right now.
Baltimore. I've always said this even last year. Baltimore is incredible.
I said I even picked Baltimore this year to be in the playoffs too. I said to people, don't sleep on Baltimore. They have a young team now. We got Jorge Mateo. Adley Rutschman is a beast. He's an unbelievable player. Jesus, we got Cedric Mullins.
Yep. He's great on my fantasy.
Anthony Santander. He's like the whole team is stacked. It's really stacked. And also we got Toronto, which I'm almost starting to really not like Toronto as much as like Boston and Houston as of late.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they've been talking a lot of trash about the Yankees as of late, especially with Alek Manoah calling Garrett Cole a cheater like last year or some shit like that, and Vladimir Guerrero saying that like it's not like a personal thing that he doesn't want to, or it's a personal thing that he wants to be on the Yankees or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that bothers me because he's really good for me in fantasy.
Yeah,
and he's a great player.
He is.
I feel like the great players, don't get me wrong, they should talk trash, but they should just shut up and let their game speak for themselves.
That's what I've always said too. Like, don't talk the talk, because what if you fumble and then now what?
Well, that's what I'm saying. He could fumble really hard, and then
that's
the
what I'm
Yankees
saying.
pick him up because he's got no other team that wants him.
Oh my God, the NL East. There's one team that has a positive record right now.
Yikes!
And that's Atlanta. Atlanta's the only team that has a positive record.
Spencer does it for you.
Spencer Strider's is built different. He's him
in the league right now.
He's him right now for Atlanta. He's him.
Favorite pitcher in the league.
And Pittsburgh is doing really good too.
Yeah.
but ever since they got McCutcheon back, it's like
Unreal.
they're
Unreal.
they're back to their old selves again.
What's up with the Padres, man?
Are you talking about in a good way or a bad way?
They're like mid right now.
Well, that's how they always usually start mid. That's how they
Oh,
always
no,
are.
to me, I thought this season they jumped in and they just started going crazy.
Well, I feel
And
like they're in a second toughest division in the entire league
yeah,
right now
yes,
because you're going up against the Giants, the Diamondbacks, who are actually good this year
yeah,
somewhat. They're second in the division, and the Dodgers,
yeah, I agree.
who always do good in the regular season, but then when it comes to postseason, it's like they just fumble the first round.
Unreal. I can't even believe they won in 2020.
Yeah, well, that's it. I guess it is what it is. So
I
I don't
think
know.
2020 for sports was just fate.
Literally, I'm pretty sure almost every LA team for any sport
Yeah,
won that year.
yeah, they did basically.
The Lakers did. I think the Dodgers did.
Yep.
Chiefs. I'm obviously not. Um. Yeah, that's all I got.
But
But
yeah,
like the main sports, yeah.
that had to happen.
Well, yeah, obviously. What's his name?
Kobe. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I mean. I feel like that was just fate and it was going to happen. I still can't believe the Dodgers won.
Yeah, it took him a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
My God, I can't believe the Nationals won a World Series in our lifetime.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah,
What about the Cubs?
and the Cubs too. Yeah, they're actually looking decent too. The Cubs are.
Yeah.
They're all these teams are doing really like. I don't see like I guess the only division that I see that's really like not doing good is AL Central. That's about it.
Yeah.
Because besides the Twins, they're all
Terrible.
they all shin to
Yeah.
bed. Yeah, especially Kansas City. They have the second worst record in the league. They don't even have double digit wins either.
Wow.
9-26.
Almost.
Almost. That's not it though.
True.
Um.
I'll let the cat out of the bag.
Yep.
Even though,
Last place Yankees. That's such a weird
yeah,
thing to see.
last place Yankees.
Last place Yankees.
Speaking of letting cats out of the bags, as an Eagles fan, as a guy who just said I believe Philly goes to the finals for basketball, I am aware that Philly has been in 3 finals this year and has lost all 3 of them. With that being said, I would like to back that the Sixers go to the finals because they may or may not lose the finals, preferably to the Lakers.
There we go.
Also, the Phillies. What's good with them?
I don't know.
What's up?
I don't know. And it was looking really bad for a while. I mean, they're still negative, but not as bad as they were. Like it was horrendous at
Yeah.
the beginning of the season. Like you're talking about a team that just came
Went
up
to the World
short
Series. Yeah.
in the World Series, and they just tanked. Like what happened there?
So bad.
I don't. I would never think that the Pittsburgh Pirates are doing better than the Philadelphia Phillies right now.
I'd never even think of that 40 years from now.
or even that the Rangers are doing
Yeah.
better than Philadelphia.
They do have
I-
Jacob deGrom now.
Oh yeah, they don't have him anymore. They injured for.
Yeah, that's true.
My thing is, you get what you paid for. I'm pretty sure that they were. I hope at least they were very aware of that when they. This sounds bad, but when they bought him, they like.
They were aware of his injury list. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were. I hope they were. Because why? I mean,
I was surprised he wasn't a Met.
you're surprised?
Yeah, I was.
I wasn't.
I
I had a feeling he
he
wanted to
would pick
leave.
up Verlander over deGrom.
They picked. I mean, he did win the Cy Young beforehand.
No, I know, but realistically, Verlander's got like 2 years left.
Yeah, if that.
Championship hopes. I mean, yeah. I did tweet this. I don't know if you can get a screenshot of it or not.
Okay.
I tweeted this a while ago. I tweeted it even more of a while ago since the tweet that you could potentially put up on the screen. The Mets are going to win the 2027 World Series.
Did you like
I
see it like off
standing.
of like someone else's tweet or something?
No, I just thought of it randomly one day, and I was like,
You're just
eventually
gonna
the Mets
you're
are
gonna
going to.
manifest it.
Yeah, I'm just manifesting it. 2027 is going to happen. If it doesn't, everybody can go back to this clip and flame me. I'll be all right.
Okay, so if you're thinking ahead of 2027, with how things are shaping up right now, and like teams are like on fire and shit with it, who do you think the World Series is going to be against, and who's going to win?
All right, so 2027 is definitely going to be the Mets, obviously,
Yeah,
because they're going to win. And
for this year, we're going to say.
oh, for this year. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Um,
with the way teams are going right now.
I really want to be an optimistic here and just go off the rails. And you know what? I'm gonna. It's a podcast. It's a sports show.
Yeah.
It's our sports show. It's not anybody else. This isn't ESPN where we're gonna do what you just said and go off of how things are going right now. No. We are gonna go crazy. We're gonna go off the rails. And you know what? I'm gonna show my loyalty. The New York Yankees are winning the World Series this year.
Yeah.
That's right. New
Let's
York,
go.
stand up. 28. Now, who are we gonna win it against? I got the Dodgers going back. Wild card.
No.
Wild card. Yankees, Dodgers.
No.
Both coasts.
Nope. I'm saying Atlanta.
Here's my problem with Atlanta. They don't have the playoff experience like the Dodgers do.
I guess, yeah.
That's my only plus the Dodgers, realistically, they're still stacked. They don't seem like it, and they're under the radar now that they've won already. But, I mean, they're still stacked. Plus, like I said, wild card. It's a wild card. Maybe the Yankees beat the Braves. Maybe the Yankees beat any other team.
As long as they win when it matters, right?
That's right. I'm going crazy. Yankees are winning their 28th pennant right now.
Or just a shot out of the water, I had two other teams.
Okay.
Yankees, Mets.
See, I like that, but I just don't think both of us are going to have that opportunity.
Or, because they're low-key pretty good this year too, Yankees, Marlins.
I like that. I was going to say the Marlins was up in my top 3.
Reason why? Contact.
I agree.
You got Jazz Chisholm, Luis Arias. They have a lot of good players on that team.
You know what? I'd love to see that.
It's just pitching. They only have one good pitcher, and that's Sandy Alcantara.
Yeah.
And that's about it for pitching staff for them. But if they can make a push, I would love to see it.
True. I think Yankees, Marlins, that'd go to Game 7.
6.
I could see 6, but, the way baseball is with the overtime rules, the extra innings, I feel like Game 6 is won on extra innings to send it to Game 7. Because of the extra runner on second still. And the shift. The shift changes everything.
Yeah,
I mean, wow.
Thank God.
Yeah, I agree.
And thank God for the pitch clock and all that shit too.
Yeah, honestly, the new rules are great.
I do, because I like them because I remember when we would go to games, they seem so dragged out.
They really are.
Because the pitcher or the batter takes their sweet ass time putting they put the gloves on. They're not turned right up. I need to put my rosin bag to mix with my sweat so I can get kicked out of the game.
Batter sitting there going, "Oh, you know what? He's finally lifted his leg up. I'm gonna step out of the box."
Yeah, right.
No.
No, we gotta move it.
Playing the game. Come on now. I love nighttime games at the Bronx. I love them. Like September, the wind. It's not too windy. You maybe got a hoodie on, maybe don't. Maybe 70 degrees. Might end the night at like 45. The problem is, it ends at like 32 degrees because you're stuck watching the game for like 3.5 hours.
Yeah, and we don't get now.
Now, though,
For the record, I
we
won't
can
say
stay in the stadium at
I
our
won't,
seats, wait for
I
the
won't,
next train.
I won't say exactly where we are in New York, but we're pretty far from New York City. We're about a couple hours out.
Yeah, we're in Mexico, New York.
Yes, we will say that we're in Mexico, New York. That's about 2 hours away. So when the game is done, you still have 2 hours to get back on the train and get back to where the train station is, which is still an hour away from where we live.
Yeah, so
So
we're home at like 1, 2,
one, two, yeah, exactly.
and it depends too because after we get to like Mexico, New York, we all got to spread out and go to our own homes in Mexico, New York.
Exactly.
You got somebody going to San Juan, you got somebody else going to Argentina, New York. There's all these crazy places in New York. I don't know if y'all knew that, but
Exactly. Like it's crazy in New
we
York.
all meet up at this spot. Then we all go. Then we come back. We meet up at the same spot, and then it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Drunk driving or tired driving, basically the same thing. We all got to go home.
Right.
We could spend the night, but no cuddling sessions. We're all
No.
grown up now.
Right, yeah.
Even though we didn't do that in the past, either you freaks.
Yeah, exactly. Get your mind out of the gutter, you freaking weirdos.
Yeah, I know we in Mexico, New York, but come on now.
Ah, man. Speaking of speaking of late nights and stuff like that, I think that is a good way to wrap up the first episode of the Sports Bolt podcast. This is a Hunter and Storm, and any final remarks?
Final remarks would be, I want y'all to have a great night or day or whatever you having, and I want y'all to go hug somebody I love. It's my final remarks.
Alrighty. So that concludes episode 1, and we will see you for the next episode of the Sports Bolt. Have a good night. See you when the episode comes out. Whoop the boo.
Boop, boop, boop.